Yeah, I saw this. Joe Rogan has a special out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that funny.
He's never been funny.
I actually saw him, like, when I saw his special, like, in probably, like, 2010, I was like, this sucks. But I saw him at the Comedy Store in, like, 2018.
Yeah.
He wasn't bad, I thought.
Okay,
It was
alright.
still, like, kind of like his sexist thing. It's like, women, they get their period. That's so crazy. And it was kind of funny.
I know. I like whenever he would do, like when he was on news radio. You know, he was a comedic actor. He was fine.
Yeah.
But I remember, back in those days, I was like, oh, he's doing stand up. Let me watch some of this. I was like, none of this is really funny. And no matter how many times I've seen his special, any of his comedy routines, I was like, not really funny.
So here, I'll give you an example.
Like, he's been doing the bit that he did in that special. I saw a clip of it. He's been doing it for years, like talking about aliens and stuff like that. The thing that's cool, though, is that was the first time they did a comedy special live on Netflix.
I mean, I'm not a hater of Joe Rogan. I'm not saying
No,
at all.
no,
And what he's done for comedians is great. But he's just doing this whole thing of, and I think Austin, people can probably hate me for saying this, and I'm sorry if it upsets anybody. I'm not trying to really put down anybody at all. But I think Austin, I've heard this from some other people, Austin is in this thing where people still do this type of comedy where they're saying things to be shocking.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of retreading the same old ground.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing. He opened up about COVID. His whole thing, hey, we lost a lot of people during COVID. And some of them are still here today. Oh man, gay guys. I like gay guys. I'm just saying they like to fuck each other. You know that. What are the odds for me when I'm around that? Hey. It's that kind of. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Here's.
I'm friends with Elon Musk, which is the intellectual equivalent of a boy and his dog. You know when you're around your dog's like, you're different. Tell me what to do. That's me.
That's not the one I want to show you. That's something else. I want to show you the one he's talking about COVID.
We lost a lot of people during COVID. Most of them are still alive. I don't think we went to the moon. I think Michelle Obama's got to dig this direct energy weapons in Antarctica.
Kind of politically charged humor right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Which I'm not a big fan of on either side anyway.
Right.
These days I'm not really, I kind of like, I don't want to be one of those guys who are like, hey, try to please everybody. But I do come out to see people just kind of make everybody laugh, But yeah, he's got his audience there.
Yeah, I know. Just so much of that kind of humor on either side feels like pandering.
I feel like pandering and just downright almost on the borderline of complaining.
Complaining and
pandering, of course.
I want you to love me.
Yeah.
Before I even get
From
into
what
what I'm
I
doing.
saw, not all of it was like that. I mean, even when he brings up aliens, but that's old stuff that he's been talking about for years. And I thought that bit was all right, comparing like people getting abducted to aliens, like to how we fish. We take the fish out the water, we take a picture, and then we throw the fish back, and the fish is like, "What the fuck happened?" I thought
that's funny.
That was a bit that he did,
Yeah.
and I really like that.
See, I'm fair. I think that's funny, man. That's pretty funny. But I don't know if he's telling the same joke here or not, because they say he's still talking about aliens.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably like something consistently he did over the whole special, and he's been talking aliens, Bigfoot. That's his stuff,
Yeah, okay. No, listen, like what I'm saying. That's his stuff. If you got his audience for it, who am I to say anything? Shit, I go on stage, I still talk about my fucking divorce. So what am I talking
And I've seen a lot of stand-up comedy in Austin, and I do think that you're right. Like when I went to an open mic here, it didn't take 10 minutes for a white guy to say the N-word, or for people to just talk about porn or dating, just a lot of lazy tried stuff.
Yeah, and I tell you, listen, I'm not even making this political. I really think people still think, they still have the mindset of doing naughty tee-hee jokes, to get a reaction out of people. And I tell you where I first thought this. When I went to go see Dave Chappelle, I think. Yeah, it was Dave Chappelle. So Dave Chappelle had all these comedians from different places, and for his opener, and he had two comedians that actually had solid material, and they were funny.
Yeah. There
was a girl from Austin, and she got up there and she went off talking about pedophilia, and she got so little laughs that she just started getting lost trying to find the funny in what she was saying.
Yeah.
And everybody they didn't laugh because she was just trying to get a laugh out of being shocking. She didn't have good material. She didn't have really something solid to say. None of this felt written. She just thought she went up there and be edgy.
Yeah.
That would get her by. And I was like, that's Austin. In a way, not everybody, of course, but I said there's a lot of people I see in Austin doing that.
I would say the face of Austin comedy right now are a guy named Hans Kim and a guy who's been popping up a lot. His name is Casey Rocket, and his whole thing is like he's talking about his childhood getting high on Robitussin, and it is very weird, but it is funny.
Yeah, I can. The other guys, whether they were real or not, they sound like they were telling experience. You know, they were making jokes out of personal experiences. They had written material. The stuff was well constructed. It was funny. They were performing. This girl, I had to walk out. You know me.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
I
me.
know.
I had
I
to
know.
walk out, and I couldn't get away from it because I was in line. I said, I'm just gonna get something to drink because I'm so embarrassed right now. I'm a nervous eater and drinker. If something happens, if you want to see me be guilty about something, or if you want to see me squirm, like I had a friend who stubbed a toe and said, "Hey, you're gonna have to. It's out of place or something. You have to pull it." And I just found some chips and just started eating. And I was like, I don't think I can do this. And that's when they first pointed out to me. They said, "Man, you're a nervous eater." And I said, "Oh shit, I guess so." And I did.
You couldn't pull his toe?
I did, but
Yeah.
I was squeamish, man. I couldn't do it. So whenever something's going down, if I feel like secondhand embarrassment, or if I'm embarrassed, or if anything's going down that makes me uneasy, I'll start eating, just nibbling. I'll start. You see me start drinking more. You know, it's like So I had to go. She was embarrassing me, sucking dick. You know. So she was embarrassing me so bad that I had to walk out and get a drink. And while I was in line to get a drink, I could still hear it going on.
Yeah.
And they didn't boo her, but they just were not
Weren't
laughing.
yeah.
They were just kind of waiting. They were trying to be nice because Chappelle chose her.
Uh-huh.
All right, somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough, man.
Yeah.
Nervous dick eater. Yes, that's what I am.
Bombing happens.
No, can I just? Yeah, no, it does. Bombing happens, man. But goddamn, I mean, have your shit ready. There's a difference. There's a difference if your stuff feels prepared, and the audience is just not into it. But like I said, that person she was just saying shit to be shocking. I can't stand that.
Maybe it was working the night before somewhere.
It was probably working in a smaller club somewhere where you weren't in front of people who were there to see a real fucking comedian do real jokes. I'm not labeling all of Austin comedy like that, but I've had some friends of mine come out and they said, "Oh, this person was just telling rape jokes and all of it was all this racial humor just to be, just to make fun of another group just because they get a chance to do it."
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck, man, that's lazy.
Yeah.
You see a lot of that shit on Kill Tony. A lot. People go up there, they're like, I'm going to say a racist thing, I'll go viral.
See, that offends me. Now, I'm not offended by racial humor. Or any group is open to me.
Yeah,
But
it's the laziness.
I'm offended by lazy humor. If you
Yeah.
got nothing else to do but just sit up there and say, I said a word.
Yeah.
Or I said something I wasn't supposed to say, fuck off.
Yeah.
With that shit.
I'm just saying what we're all thinking. Wasn't thinking that.
Yeah.
I never think that.